People do not know how to differentiate confidence from cockiness, and that's where I feel like there's a thin line.
Come over here and perform for me. I'm on it. Give me the.
Baby boy, stay on my mind.
Just give me the light. I'm on it. Give me the.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I should say welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is CrissyJ. I would love for you to be a part of the fam. All you have to do is give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and then ring the bell so you never miss another upload. Normally on my channel, well, for the most part, I do vlogs, but as of lately, I'm definitely tackling my weight loss journey, and I wanted to kind of open up a little more and share with you guys what I'm doing, what I'm getting into, what's going on. And I didn't want it to always be vlog style because some people just want that information and that information only. But of course, I would love for you to be a part of the fam and enjoy our vlog content as well if that's something that you are into. So as stated in today's title, I'm going to go over some questions that I have been getting. I posted a video a couple months ago, I think it's been, stating that I failed VSG. And that video is doing amazing numbers. Like, it's doing really, really good. Almost at, I believe, 900 views. And so yeah, I'm really, proud of that video. I'm glad that people are actually looking for the content and are taking their time to contact me, message under the video or whatever. So since posting that video, I have also posted, I think, about 2 more videos, a Q&A, and then like some tips and tricks when you're preparing for surgery. But I am still getting a lot of questions. I get questions on Facebook as well as on Instagram. So what I did was I just combined them together. A lot of them were repetitive questions. A lot of the questions I answered in the videos, and so I would just simply reference the person to the video to watch that video. But I did want to definitely answer some of the questions that I've gotten more frequently, because I'm like, okay, well, did I say that in that video? Maybe they missed it. But because I'm getting so many of the same questions, I decided to go ahead and answer the ones that are popular. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into the video. All right, so I have my handy dandy phone here, and I did go ahead and copy and paste the questions that were the most popular. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. The first question is, why are you getting a revision surgery and not just getting a cosmetic surgery such as a tummy tuck instead, being that your legs aren't that big? Good question. Actually, I am going to eventually get a tummy tuck. That's probably going to be a year out from my surgery date. The reason why I'm deciding to go ahead and get a revision is because even with a tummy tuck, they're only cutting off skin, right? So internally, my stomach size is still what it is. It's still allowing me to eat and overeat. And I need something that's a little more restrictive so that I can lose the weight and keep it off for good. If not, it's just gonna be a repetitive cycle of what I'm already going through, which is constant weight gain. So the reason why I'm getting the revision is because I'm looking for a permanent fix to my weight loss, my weight loss battle. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm just looking for, something that is gonna be long-term for me, and not something that is just like, oh, I got my tummy done, and then the rest of my body kind of doesn't align with it. You know what I'm saying? Hope I answered that question right. Do you still eat small portions? So if you were to sit down and eat with me, you would notice that my plate looks just like yours. However, I don't most of the time finish my meals. Like if we go out to eat and I order an appetizer, an entree, and a drink, some people can eat all of that. I don't think I've ever been one to really finish my appetizer, my meal, and my drink. But depends on, you know, how hungry I am, I guess. I could do it, and I have done it in the past. As of now though, like, and since I've gotten the surgery, every single time we go out to eat, I never finish my food. So now I try my best to just eat like appetizers when we go out, because it's so much wasted food. Like, I don't want to go out to eat just to literally bring my food home. And what happens is I'll eat the appetizer, I'll start drinking on my drink, and then when my actual entree comes, I touch maybe like a forkful and I'm full. So I don't eat, you know, exactly what I've eaten the amount wise prior to surgery, but I do consume just about the regular portions. So like, before surgery, I could have 3 slices of pizza before I was full. Now I'm able to eat 2, sometimes 2.5 slices of pizza and drink. So yeah. Next question is, if you had to do it again, would you do the sleeve or the bypass, and why? That's a good question. I was very, very dead set on getting the sleeve, and the reason why is, one, research. I just found that there were a lot more positive experiences from the research that I was doing, the people that I was talking to, people that I know actually in real life that have gotten the surgery, and then how it worked out for them as far as side effects and things like that. I didn't want to manipulate the way my food processes, and that was the biggest thing for me more than anything. With a bypass, you're actually manipulating how your food is processed, and with a sleeve, they're taking, like, they're cutting, you know, your stomach and removing a large portion of it. And so there's no manipulation there. They're just simply cutting it, stitching it up, and then you're good to go. So that's the real reason why I chose the sleeve. And if I could do it again, because, like, you know, I'm getting the revision. Even though with revision surgery, you can get sleeved again, but the doctors don't really want to sleeve you again. Like, they really want it to be a fix. They don't want to have to keep doing the same surgery on you over and over again, and you shouldn't be getting the surgery over and over again. So they recommend, and I've talked to 3 different doctors who have both recommended the bypass, and they were like, okay, well, you were previously sleeved, you failed that, so a permanent fix for you is the bypass. So that's the route I'm going this go around. Next question. Do you have acid reflux, or do you have any other side effects after surgery that you did not have prior to? No, I don't. I know a lot of people have had side effects. A lot of people do still have side effects. A lot of people suffer from acid reflux. Now, what I will say is, like, every blue moon, you know, every blue moon, I'm talking about maybe once every 6 months, once every 8 months, I might have a little bout of acid reflux. But I think that's just kind of like normal, you know, whether I got the surgery or not. But I do not have any other side effects. I don't. The only thing that I notice is when I eat, no matter what I eat, it's very gassy. So like, when I eat and I swallow, it feels like I'm taking in a lot of air, and so I'm constantly burping. So I would say that that would be a side effect. I have a lot of gas, like I burp a lot, but that's pretty much it. And I feel like, you know, if you're burping and you're eating, it's not abnormal. Like, it doesn't stand out like, whoa, like, you know, my burps aren't like really loud and disrespectful or anything like that. But I do have I've taken a lot of air, I think, when I eat, and it just, you could feel it like bubbling, you know. I don't know, I can't explain it, but that's really the only side effect that I have. I can't speak for anyone else, but I do know that acid reflux is a really big side effect that people suffer with after they get surgery. Okay, the next question. Can you eat chocolate, and are there any foods that you used to eat that you can no longer tolerate? That is so crazy. I like this question. So I love chocolate, especially when it's that time of the month. Like, I always ask my boyfriend to run out and get me some chocolate when it's that time of the month. I can eat chocolate. So this is what it does to me. So before I had the surgery, I am the type of person that I like to eat my chocolate and drink water with it. Some people like to drink milk with it. I love drinking water. I love water, but I love drinking water with my chocolate. And so I've noticed that I can eat like a very, very small piece of chocolate. Like, I'm talking about like a Hershey, not a Hershey Kiss, a Reese cup, like a small mini Reese cup, or two. I'll say two. I'll eat 2 Reese cups and then drink my water, and I will feel so full. And I'm not like gulping my water down or anything. Like, I can have like a sip of water and like 2 Reese cups, and I will just feel so full. It's like the weirdest thing ever. Like, I can, so let's say for example, like I can go all day. Let's say I haven't eaten in hours, right? It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I woke up at 9 and I haven't eaten anything. I can eat a Reese cup or like the regular Reese pack with 2 in them. I can eat that and then drink water and be so, I'm talking about when I tell y'all full, like feels like I ate a whole Thanksgiving dinner. It's the weirdest thing to me, and I don't understand why. I really don't, but I can't do without my chocolate. Like, I have to have my chocolate. So although it is a very uncomfortable feeling, I've learned to pace it. So I like to eat my chocolate and kind of like wash it down with the water. I just love the mixture. I don't know. I love how it feels. I love how it tastes. So what I've realized is I have to kind of wait. So I'll eat the chocolate and then I'll probably wait like 5 minutes or so, and then I'll drink my water after. Or I'll take a couple sips of water first and then I'll just have like a bite of the chocolate. But I always have to like wash my chocolate down, so that way doesn't really satisfy me. But it does help with the like full sensation that I get. But it is the weirdest thing, y'all. It doesn't matter like how small of a piece that chocolate is. When I drink water with it, I'm like, oh, so full. I don't feel like I have to like vomit or anything, but I'm just like stuffed. It's the weirdest thing. Okay, that was a good question. Oh, and then the other part to that question was, are there any other foods I can no longer tolerate that I used to? No, that's why I'm here now. That's why I look how I look now. That's why I failed. Because no. No, y'all. Like, everything that I was able to eat before, I am still able to eat. It is just so crazy. I'm so thankful and blessed, right, that when I first had the surgery, I came off the surgery table with no bad side effects, no, you know, nothing like that would just alter my life or make me regret it or anything. And that's not everybody's story, but I failed it at the same time. So it's kind of like, which would I have preferred? Would I have preferred a little bit of a side effect and, you know, be at my goal weight today? Or, you know, and I do say that I'm a little nervous, you know, that this go around I might have some side effects just because it was such a breeze, but I'm praying for the best. Did you lose friends behind your surgery? I just got the surgery 3 months ago. I'm down 27 pounds, and some of my closest friends are starting to act very funny towards me. Oh, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That's a girl who reached out to me. We're in one of the weight loss groups together. She reached out to me on Facebook. That's super unfortunate, and I did have a conversation with her, you know, to kind of like up her spirits about that, because that is so sad, but it's so true. Like, it's, people would be like, what? Like, why are your friends you know, how can you lose friends behind you getting a weight loss surgery? You would be so surprised. Like, people just, it's like the weirdest thing, right? So let's say you're friends with someone for, I don't know, 10 years. And the whole entire time they've known you, you've been overweight or you've looked away. And we don't have to use the weight thing, even though this is a weight loss video or whatever. But you just look away, right? You look how they met you. For 10 years, they're used to you looking like this. And then gradually, like at a rapid speed though, because you know, when you get the weight loss surgery, you're literally losing weight every single day. So if you don't see your friend for a week and then you see them a week later, that's a really big difference to them. You know, they can really see the difference in your weight loss versus someone that's seeing you every day. They're gonna see the difference too, but it's not gonna be like such a shock, you know. But your friends, although I feel like they have good intentions on wanting you to be healthy, they want to support you, they want to be happy for you, but ultimately it does something. Like it's kind of like you have a friend who always has like an insecurity with something, and then one day that something gets resolved and you see this new bright confident side of your friend that you've never ever seen before. People do not know how to differentiate confidence from cockiness, and that's where I feel like there's a thin line. I feel like most people want to always throw people towards the cockiness side of the fence and not look at it like, oh, she just feels good about herself, she's happy, you know, she fixed her insecurity, you know what I'm saying? And I think that it makes them kind of like look at you away, because they're looking like, well, who is she to all of a sudden be feeling herself? You know what I'm saying? Or it could also be that they have an insecurity, and now that you're starting to flourish and feel yourself and be more confident, it's kind of pulling their insecurities out a little more, if that makes sense. So if I have an issue, but then I have a friend whose issue is bigger than mine, I'm not going to be complaining about, oh, I have freckles on my face, you know what I'm saying? Whereas my friend is complaining about being overweight, not being able to fit stuff, on the borderline of diabetes, high blood pressure, and the list goes on. But when my friend starts losing weight, starts feeling herself, gets confident, is glowing, is dressing, you know, her high blood pressure went away, she's no longer on her medicine, this and the third, I'm still over here with my freckles that I'm insecure about, if that makes sense. So while my friend is like rising, I'm like sinking in mine, you know what I'm saying? Because now her insecurity is going away and mine still exists. So now I'm like, I want to feel like that, I want to, you know, and I think that's where it comes from. But it's a pride thing involved in that as well, and so they're not going to let you know that. So will you lose friends along the way? You for sure will. Will people think that, oh, she's funny acting since she got her surgery, or she, you know, she thinks she's all that, blah blah blah. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's like, golly, you know, we're going through all this time, and now we're not. And it's like, you can't just be, if I am cocky, let me be cocky for a little minute. Like, let me enjoy it, you know what I mean? Like, as long as I'm not hurting anybody or talking down on anybody in the process of building me up, why does that bother you? So I say that to say, if your friends go about their way or start acting funny and turn face towards you, let them walk. Let them walk, because you are stepping into a new you, and you need nothing but positive energy, people, places, and things surrounding you. You don't need anything to make you feel bad about what you've done for you. I hope that answered your question. Are you afraid that you will fail again after your revision surgery, being that you've already failed the first time? No, and I'm not afraid, because like I said, I did speak with several surgeons. I've been doing my research. I'm in several groups on Facebook. I'm in like an actual revision group of people that have gotten revision weight loss surgeries, and for the most part the success rate is astronomical compared to when you first get the surgery. So I'm not afraid of failing. And even if, like, let's just say I did the surgery, I'm going through what I went through, I failed it or whatever, and then someone's like, okay, you can do a redo, like, we're gonna give you a redo. So none of this happened. You never failed surgery, none of this happened, but you know what you did to get where you are, right? But you never had surgery before. So now I go get the surgery. Mentally, I am very much prepared. Like, mentally, I'm like, all right, Curl, you know what you did wrong. You know what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do what you did because you're not trying to be where you are. And so I think with that alone, I would just take it so much more serious. I would appreciate it more and not take it for granted. If you watched that video, which you have, if you asked, you've asked me questions, I basically was saying that you're waking up literally every day it's like a movie. You're waking up every day 2 or 3 pounds lighter, and so you kind of get addicted to that, and you're like, oh, well, I didn't even exercise, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not even hungry, because you're not hungry. The hormone part of your stomach is removed, so you don't really have an appetite. You kind of have to make yourself eat. It was times where I'm moving along, just living life, and I'm like, hold on, it's 8 o'clock at night, I didn't eat anything today, you know what I'm saying? Not healthy at all whatsoever. I definitely recommend it, but don't recommend it. But it's something that, it wasn't me doing it on purpose. It was just that I didn't have a relationship with food at all for like the first I would say 4 months, maybe 4 or 5 months after surgery. It was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm gonna eat it because I smell it, or I'm gonna eat it because they're eating, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're out with friends or whatever the case, like I'm gonna eat because they're eating, so I don't want to just be sitting there watching them eat. But I was never the one to be like, y'all want to go get something to eat? Like it just wasn't. Me and food broke up for like 5 months, but we back together. But we gonna break up again. We gonna break up again. The next question. I've been approved for surgery, but I'm scared to get it because I know I'll have a lot of excess skin and my insurance won't cover a tummy tuck. I cannot afford to pay for a tummy tuck out of pocket. Did you or do you suffer from excess skin? I did not, and I was afraid. Like I was so scared that I was going to. But when before I had surgery, I was like seeing like all of my doctors and the nutritionists, all of that. And my doctor, or my surgeon, he did like this skin thing where he had this like clip or whatever, they like clip your arm. I think it's like a measurement of your BMI. But while he was doing that, he was like, you have really good skin. I have a lot of elasticity in my skin. So some people don't, and they have like that like really soft mushy skin, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to use the word mushy, but it's like a really soft skin. And so when it stretches out and then it loses weight, especially like fast, which is what will happen with the surgery, your skin, the elasticity in your skin is not able to catch up as fast versus someone who has a lot of elasticity in their skin. So although I have, you know, a big stomach, I have big arms, it wasn't a problem. Now what I will say is, as far as my stomach, I did not make it to my goal weight. I lost a total of 56 pounds, which was a lot. It was a lot, but my stomach was kind of like a gradual thing for me. So it happened fast, and then it started to slow down. And then when it started to slow down, that's when I started going to the gym. That's when I was like, all right, you know what, let me go to the gym. So I was like living in the gym, y'all. Like I was living in the gym, and I was just doing everything I could so that when I do, you know, when my body is losing the weight, I can also be tightening it at the same time. So that helped as well. So I would definitely suggest a gym, not right away, but your doctor will give you the clearance on when you can start the gym and lifting weights and things like that, so you can tone. But if you just have that type of skin, like that really soft skin, you're going to have excess skin, especially if you have a very big stomach, or, you know, a lot of weight, or your skin is stretched out a lot. So as far as the tummy tuck is concerned, and this is something that your surgeon will probably talk to you about, as mine did, it's not something that your insurance company will approve because it is deemed to be cosmetic. There's wordplay that your doctor can use to make it medically necessary. So you can complain of like chafing and things like that, and then it can be approved with your insurance. I know you said it's something that you can't afford out of pocket, but going out of the country is a way less and more affordable option. So that might be something that you can eventually save towards if you do find it that your insurance company isn't going to approve it. So my insurance company will, and my doctor has told me in the past that he'll go ahead and put in the request. I haven't seen my surgeon in over 4 years, so I don't even know if that would still stand for me, but I'm gonna reach out to them and let them know, like, hey, I'm getting a revision surgery. Now that can be kind of like a smack in the doctor's face, because to them it's kind of like I did my work in vain type of thing, and they might not really appreciate you having another doctor go over top of their work to do a revision. And so I might not get, you know, approved or whatever the case, but at the same time, I have it in my mind to pay out of pocket for it. So I'm just gonna start saving up for that once I'm done paying for my revision surgery. So good luck with that. I found your video posted in a group on Facebook, and I watched your VSG video and subscribed to your channel. This is not a question. I just want to thank you because there are a lot of people who tell you they failed. Oh, there are a lot of people who won't tell you they failed, but there are a lot of people who did. Okay. Well, that's true. There actually is a lot of people who fail VSG. There's a lot. Like I told you guys, I'm in the revision group. And so not everybody in the revision group has failed surgery. Some people are in there to correct their acid reflux. So it's not always that people are, you know, failing the surgery. It's just other complications or other issues that may have, you know, come up after their surgery and they have to get a correction or whatever. So, but the ones that are getting the revision surgery because they failed, such as myself, they don't want to share it because I think more than anything, it's an embarrassment. You know, it's like you do the most. Getting the surgery, putting yourself under a knife, getting put to sleep, all of that, it's like, that's the most, you know? And so to have done the most and then wake up and look back and you're right back where you started, it's kind of like, what? Like you went and got surgery and you're still big, like what? You know, and people are afraid of the side eye, afraid of the comments, what people are gonna say, and this, that, and third. You have to have really tough skin. And I've always been that person. Like if you know me in real life, then you'll be like, Crystal never was a follower. She always was a go against the grain type of person. She's gonna make her own lane and ride that thing with the windows down, the rooftop drop, and the music blasting. Like that's just me. Everybody is not like that, and I get it. But you have to understand that it's your life, and all of the people that you're worried about that are going to comment or look at you away, when it's your death day, they're not going with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at life. I look at life like that. Like, why am I so worried and concerned about your opinions? And that falls into like being on YouTube. It's hard to be on YouTube and put yourself out there, especially for people that you don't know, that you'll never meet, you know, and you know what I mean? They're like all in your life and all in your business and know you, but you don't know them. It comes with a lot of criticism, you know what I'm saying? I'm a smaller channel, so I haven't had the criticism yet, but I have had a little bit of like droplets here and there on some videos, but you just can't let it bother you. You gotta just kind of brush it off, because at the end of the day, they're clicking on your video, they're watching your video to actually comment, and then I mean, hey, it's putting a coin in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? So I always say, if it doesn't pay me, I can't pay it no mind, for real. Like if it don't put a coin in my pocket, I can't pay it no mind. And then I just mind the business that pays me, girl. All right, next question. How long was the actual surgery? I want to say my actual surgery, from what my surgeon told me, was about 30 minutes. Not long at all, like 25 to 30 minutes. It can get a little longer if you have, like, if you didn't, you know, shrink your liver, you know, and that's the whole thing with following the doctor's orders and protocol with being on a liquid diet prior to your surgery. So however long the doctor tells you to go on your liquid diet for, follow the directions. My BMI was a little higher. It was like 46, I believe, and so I was told to do a 12-day liquid fast. Really hard for me. I'm not gonna sit here and fake the funk. I did not do 12 days. I only did about a week, but a week was good enough. Once I, you know, got to him and everything, when I woke up and I talked to him the next day, he was like, your liver was fine, it was great, you know, it was small enough for us to get everything done with no complications. But when you don't follow protocol and you're eating regular and all that other stuff, it just makes their job a little more difficult, and it can extend the length of the surgery. And then I also was told that if you get like the bypass surgery, I think that surgery is a little longer, maybe by like 20 minutes or so. So it could be like a 45-minute surgery without any complications or any additional things. I do know that a lot of times when the doctors go in to do these type of surgeries, they find that the patient has a hernia that they may not have known about, so they'll usually repair the hernia while they're in there, so that could also extend the time, obviously. But yeah, It was a real quick surgery. How long after the surgery were you able to actually eat regular again? So I like I said, I was never really able to eat like I was prior to surgery, but as far as like sit down and actually eat, ooh, it was a while. It was a while, and I had my surgery like a couple years ago, 4 years ago, so I really can't remember like a specific timeline. I don't want to just make one up and throw it out there. I would say though, each person is different, so what will be my timeline may not be yours, but I know from my experience is I am huge on like entertaining. I always have things at my house. I always entertain over food, music, and fun, and so I think I forced myself to eat before my stomach was really ready to consume food the way I was consuming it. Of course, you gotta eat, you gotta drink, you gotta eat, all that, but your doctor puts you on stages to eat again, you know, because you're going on a liquid diet. So you gotta remember you weren't eating any solid foods. Then you had this major surgery, and then after the surgery you can't just go sit down and eat you a hamburger like that. It doesn't work like that. So you have to go on your liquids still, then go on your sauce, your puree, you know what I'm saying? And the doctor slowly wings you in gradually, just like a newborn baby. You don't give birth and then just start feeding the baby solid foods. That's just not how the baby, the system doesn't adapt to it like that. You have to gradually, you know, wing them on food. And so you have to do the same for you, because it's a new stomach. So it's a newborn. That's how I look at it. It's your newborn stomach. So yeah, it was a while, but I think I was so pressed to you know, socialize and eat crabs with my girlfriends, and so I would get full. I remember I would get full off of 3 small crabs, and I would be so livid because there would be so many crabs in front of me. I love crabs. I love them, love them, love them. And so when you want to eat them and you smell them and you taste them and you still want it, but your stomach is like, no, I'm good, but your mind is like, more, more, more. That's the battle that I was having. And so it's a horrible feeling, horrible feeling to overeat with the surgery. It's god awful. Like, oh Lord Jesus. Thankfully I have never ever thrown up my food, but when I tell y'all I was close plenty of times, I'm talking about mouth watering and drool just dripping on down like a waterfall. So that's how watery my mouth was, because I felt like I was going to. But it is a horrible feeling, y'all. Like, it is terrible. So listen to your stomach and pay attention to your portions, okay? And don't be greedy like me. And the last question I got is, can you do a video listing the food that you eat or you recommend? These people, they're gonna spell check. Can you do a video listing the foods that you recommend for pre-op? I'm scheduled to get my surgery in 2 months. I definitely have plans to do quite a few more videos leading all the way up to my surgery. I'm gonna video my everything, like everything. I traveled to get my surgery. I just won't be able to view the actual surgery, to record the actual surgery itself. I'm gonna record the recovery, everything, you guys. So don't worry, it's all coming. I want to do some what I eat in a day videos. I want to do, you know, what I pack for surgery, all of that. So yes, I will definitely do that video for you, and more to come. So just be sure that you are subscribed. All right, so I got all of you guys' questions. I know there were more, but like I said, those questions, I just simply referred you back to the video to watch those. I'll also link the video throughout the cards in this video in case you have not seen the previous ones. So once again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up so that it hits the algorithm, so other people who are looking for this information can find me. And then always ring the bell. The top one is going to give you 3 options. You want to hit the first one, and that way you will never miss another upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.